respond to the Alexandrian priest Aureus' claim that Jesus was only an intermediary between God and humanity, saying he was not fully divine and ignoring the reality of the incarnation. And so, reflecting on this, Pope Leo asked, "But if God did not become man, how can mortal creatures participate in his immortal life? What was at stake at Nicaea and is at stake today is our faith in the God who, in Jesus Christ, became like us to make us partakers of the divine nature." So, reflecting on this, the Council of Nicaea, the Pope said, agreed upon the Christological confession we now call the Nicene Creed, which is professed by all Christian churches and communities. The symbol of faith, as it is known, was of, Pope Leo said, fundamental importance in the journey that Christians are making towards full communion. And so, reflecting on this still, just our correspondent on the ground has given us more information about the Council of Nicaea's impact on the Church. And so, just based on what he has written, I'm reading that the first ecumenical council in the history of the Church took place in 325. After some 250 years of persecution, the decision of the Emperor Constantine to legalize Christianity allowed Christians to worship in freedom throughout the Roman Empire. But, he writes, the freedom for the Church was not without controversy, as in the early years of the 4th century, an Alexandrian priest Aureus provoked a firestorm when he challenged the true divinity of Jesus Christ. For Aureus, Jesus was not fully God, but merely a creature, albeit a creature exalted to a position next to God the Father and above all others, and there was a time when he was not. So this doctrinal controversy soon swept through Christianity and threatened to divide the Church, and so in response Constantine called together a universal synod, inviting all the bishops throughout the world. And most of them were from the Greek-speaking East, but the Latin-speaking West were represented by several bishops. And they gathered in the city of Nicaea, not far from the new imperial capital of Constantinople, which is, of course, as we know, modern-day Istanbul. And that was all to determine definitively the faith of the Church. So, turning back to the images of the blue mosque, it looks like Pope Leo is exiting the building, and of course accompanied by the gentleman who gave him what I suppose we could call a tour of this majestic, highly important place of worship. And now the Pope is handing gifts to the gentleman that showed him around. They appear to be medallions of some sort, but... and one also to the gentleman who explained everything in English, translating from Turkish when necessary. And now they're making their way out. So this is the first event of this Saturday list of events. The Pope, of course, has a busy schedule for the rest of the day. Following this visit to the Blue Mosque, the Pope will hold a private meeting with leaders of the local churches and Christian communities at the Syriac Orthodox Church of Mor Efrem. And afterwards, in the Patriarchal Church of St. George, the Holy Father will join in prayer together with the Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew I of Constantinople. And it looks like there's just a few final things being explained to the Pope, who now is outside the mosque. And now the Pope and the delegation are walking out of the structure of the mosque. It's worth noting that 99% of Turkey is Muslim, although Christianity and Judaism are also present in the country. Of course, the vast majority are Muslim and attend mosques for daily prayer. Our correspondent on the ground spoke to a Vincentian priest who serves as a superior of the Austrian community of St. George in Turkey's capital city, and he explained that the Catholics in Turkey come from a variety of backgrounds and nationalities. And he also said that the number of Turkish Catholics is growing, and expressed a great joy to see that the local church is also growing. Pope Leo has gotten back into the car, and it appears that with this the visit to the Blue Mosque is over, and that ends the first appointment of this third day of Pope Leo's apostolic journey. And I'll just take some time to thank all of you for joining us through our various Vatican Media app and social media pages, and of course to all of our partner stations: EWTN Television English, Catholic Faith Network in America, Salt and Light Television, Atmadarshan Television, Shalom World Television, and Catholic Television. So until next time, Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praise be Jesus Christ.
അച്ഛൻ മരിച്ചിട്ട് 28 വർഷങ്ങൾ കഴിഞ്ഞു. പ്രായമായ അമ്മയും തൻ്റെ